What's going on, everyone? Today, we are going for the world Stormin the Beach record, any percent. This is a special time-restricted 30-minute episode, so strap in and get ready to rumble. What's going on, everyone? We are here today with episode number 102 of the Stormin the Beach podcast, talking to you about all things great and garbage from our sports viewing this week. What's going on with you, Matt?
Yeah, it's going on. Let's go. Not much. That was more than I've ever said.
That was pretty good. Just hot off the press, like a dad that has gone out for milk at 7 p.m., Isaac is nowhere to be found.
It's terrible news. Also, co-host allegedly, quote unquote, to sort of perform, reports from a reliable source stating, I seen Isaac coming out of that there chemist there with some lotion, a local down in Woodburn. Obviously, we protect his identity as we are professional, reliable people, better than the journalists. Don't lump us in with Big J. Here at STB, we can only assume that his testes are still sore from his bittersweet farewell with the pool cleaner.
Anyway, back to the news. So a local Woodburn man, Isaac Lees, has been arrested for starting an underground gambling ring mere days after moving into town. He has been quoted in court saying, "Have you seen this town? I can't get my Starlink working, and I don't have enough phone signal to update my favorite game of all time, Water Sword."
That's... I could hear him saying that word for word. Have you seen this town? Yeah, well, it's all true. And this just in, Isaac smells. And he also once spilt half a 600ml bottle of strawberry milk on his shirt. The shirt is still stained to this day. Isaac has gone on record saying, I only spilt the milk because I was preoccupied ogling at the single mum's yoga in the park while walking the dogs. Please don't tell my beautiful wife. So there you go. That's where Isaac is, if anyone was wondering.
Well, realistically, she won't be listening to this anyway. So good thing you didn't just say that live on air.
I got scared. I'm sure he'll be fine. Last second.
All right. So just for context, everyone at home, we have done a timer here. So on my screen right now, we've just done, the intro, and we're only 3 minutes in. I think we're fine. Not bad. We're on track here.
Not bad.
Is there actually nothing going on with you?
No, it was a pretty quiet week because of Anzac Day, which you'll love to see, I guess. Most. I guess it's a bit tricky. I'm not going to begrudge like any venues that do stay open, I suppose, because people need to eat and whatnot. And it's, I don't think there's anything disrespectful, I suppose, about having a place of business open. But a lot of bars and stuff were closed, just out of like, whether it be a day off or remembrance.
On National Two-Up Day? Wow.
Or not, maybe like altered business hours or something, right? So not open as late. The point is there wasn't a lot of comedy going on. Whereas Thursday is usually a huge night, probably the biggest night in the open mic scene. Because it's, it's the last day before the weekend, which is reserved for the real good, talented people.
Ticketed events and such.
Yeah. You know how it is. What about you?
Not much, actually. Did some running.
Nice.
I did the classic wanker thing of turning up to parkrun with, training shoes on or whatever, and saying, let's go for a nice slow one here, boys. Let's just take it easy this week. And then I felt really good after the first kilometer, so then I PB'd. I was like, why is it the time that I say I'm not fucking going for it, honestly? But I think conditions were prime. Everyone else kind of fucking crushed it too. Oh, God, just gonna keep dropping the F-bomb every second word at this point. But yeah, everyone else crushed it too. I think it's all that summer training really paying off for the lads. Now that it's getting colder in the morning, it's so much easier to go for a run. So
I think that's the way it's got to be, because when you say, let's have a nice quiet one, you genuinely mean it. So you're in a good place. Like, you're calm, you're relaxed.
There was no pressure.
Yeah. At the end of the day, look, am I going to apologize for being so naturally gifted? No.
Hey, I'm not naturally gifted. I've been putting the work in, you fuck. All right.
Yeah, but you can run your whole life and still not be. I don't know. I know what you mean. That's like that's a whole other conversation.
We don't have time for enough in our 30 minutes. All right. We've got 25 minutes left, and we've got, I don't know, all of the footy to do. So let's go on to Butcher of the Week, shall we?
Sounds good.
I've lost my tab. That's going to add some time there for no reason.
West Coast Eagles, Guernsey.
Oh, yes. So I've got their official Anzac Day Guernsey from this year.
Yep.
So on the 6 days ago, so what's that? The 23rd of April, approximately. 2 days out of Anzac Day, 23rd of April at 12:35 p.m.
Yep.
They tweet, "We will proudly feature poppies on the Anzac Day appeal on our AFL jumper this Sunday." Their special Anzac Guernsey is their regular Guernsey with, the Anzac Day logo on one side and then poppies on the other.
I'll have to check it out.
The poppies are no larger than the Hungry Jack's sponsorship spot. And the Anzac logo, like everyone else's jersey, is the same size as like the AFL logo pretty much. But talk about leaving your homework to the last minute and then getting the intern to do it for you. Man, I'd like to also point out, though, that the Guernseys will not otherwise be available for retail. They are only auctioning them. So that's probably sensible. I don't think anyone would have bought them in any... If they were sensible, no one would probably buy them. Compared to their main jersey. It's so basic. It's just like, it's literally their regular shirt with some added crests.
Yeah. No, that's very lazy.
Yeah.
There's too much going on. There's too much stuff. It looks like a NASCAR car.
That's not what you want to go for on a shirt. But yeah, that's all I had for Butcher of the Week. It's kind of an easy one, to be fair.
Yeah, no, not bad. Good nomination, I think.
But pretty easy to go hard on the Eagles at the moment. Nothing from you on your butchering?
Nothing that's not incredibly petty. Just
all right, go ahead.
Yeah, just continued. I don't know, aggravation with NBA broadcasting and the rights, and just thinking that it's a little bit unfair that the teams who have these like loyalists, these core guys, the commentators that go to every game, every training, care so much about the team, and then when it's the biggest game of the season and the playoffs, they don't get to cover it at all. It just seems a bit sort of like, I don't know, if you got someone to run the race for you and then you subbed in with the last 50 meters.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, in that case, they go down again. They're getting towards the shit list territory because they're clearly not listening to your feedback.
Well, yeah, no, if I was gonna try to legitimate, like, make this less petty, I would say you pay for the NBA official app subscription. It should at least give you the option to listen to your preferred commentators rather than you don't even have the option. That would be the Butcher nomination. But I'm saying this as I don't understand broadcasting rights or how any of that works, how much money's involved in it.
I doubt it's a rights issue. I think it's probably just laziness, to be fair.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's quickly crack on to the shit list. which is difficult, but I've put down Premier League refereeing. I think at some point this season, everyone's had a gripe with someone. There's been, handballs and aren't handballs, allegedly. There's all sorts. But this week in the Liverpool-West Ham game, West Ham's keeper did what a keeper does when a cross comes in. He caught it with two hands.
Yep.
He fell to the ground. He got back up. So the ball's still in play at this point. Hasn't gone out. It's just the goalkeeper's got possession of the ball. He walks to the edge of the 6-yard box, throws the ball in front of him, like most keepers will do, to then kick the shit out of it and, dispose of the ball. He then looks down, adjusts his shin pads. Cody Gakpo from Liverpool flies in, and just as Gakpo is about to kick the footy, the referee blows his whistle.
Why?
Well, for no reason, apparently. He walks over to Areola, has words to him, and then Areola goes down and requires medical attention. Even though immediately before that, he did not look at all like he required medical attention, and the referee on the day, Anthony Taylor, had, signalled for no foul, whatever, play on, when the referee had when Areola had grabbed the ball out of the air previously. So the ball was live. And the whistle was literally blown right before Gakpo had buried it.
Yeah, right. He had money on it, I guess.
Yeah, it's the old classic Klopp versus bald referee.
Yeah.
But yeah, watch just that highlight. I think it's on Optus Sports, on everything. It's wild that he called it like that. Doesn't make any sense to anyone. You won't find a neutral fan that's okay with that call. You won't find a West Ham fan that's okay with that call.
This did jog my memory. I don't know if we covered it or not because it happened on the 1st of April apparently. But
that's a joke.
Raptors, Toronto, NBA, a Toronto Raptors player has been done basically for fraud or betting fraud and like betting on himself to lose, etc. And I don't know if it came to light then or only recently, but apparently the thing that broke the whole thing wide open was his his friend placed a sizable $80,000 bet on some very specific, like, this second string bench player to not score 3 points or something.
Ooh.
And it's like, yeah, that's probably going to go noticed. Like,
yeah, you reckon?
Not only have you bet a sizable amount, as we said, but you're also the only guy, arguably in the entire world, making that bet.
Setting off red flags left, right, and center at Sportsbet, I think. All right. Well, with 16 and a half minutes left on the clock, we've got to move on.
Shit. Yep. Let's go.
Yep. So let's crack on to
football.
Fuck.
Oh God, our time.
All right. So there we go. Moving on to AFL. First game of the week was Tigers versus D's, and I had such a boring game that a dropped mark made the AFL news.
Oh.
In the official recap, the last paragraph is about a mark that was dropped. I shit you not. All right, what's yours? Quick, go.
That's so good. Simon Goodwin, head coach of Melbourne, under investigation for killing and harming over a dozen tigers, which are an endangered species.
That's just a win for the World Wildlife Foundation everywhere. To be honest, wasn't it? All right, second game of the week, the traditional Anzac Day game.
Yep,
Essendon versus the Pies. This one ended 85-all, and simply put, footy wins.
Footy wins. I've got the Anzac spirit lives on through a classy gentleman's game of football, ending in a tie. Wait, this isn't soccer. Boo!
Yeah, nice. All right, so the other super traditional long-standing Anzac Day game is obviously the Greater Western Sydney Giants versus the Brisbane Lions. Yep.
A little less known.
A little less known, but it's it's been tradition for a long time. I've got the final score there was 113 to 59. Giants win.
Oh, God.
I have Himmelberg and co. dominate the Lions with a run of 9 unanswered goals, making the Lions want to forget this particular Anzac Day.
Not bad.
Which is a play on lest we forget, meaning never forget and such. Yeah. So here we are.
With the Brisbane game, Brisbane manhandled like a small cub and thrown out of Canberra's gentleman club, the Honey Hole, after laying hands on the female staff.
Which Brisbane Lions player are you referring to in that statement?
I think it's better if you...
Yeah, okay. Open for interpretation, easy peasy. All right, and then we move on to Anzac Boxing Day.
It was Zorko. No.
It was surprise, surprise. All right, so Port versus Saints, 82 to 72. Port wins.
Nice.
I've got. There's some more context here. You'll find out. Port forwards forget they are literally paid to kick goals, totaling 16 behinds and holding on for a 10-point victory.
The prison bars come loose in Adelaide Correctional as the inmates take charge.
Nice. Contextually, the full score line was 11-16-82 to 11-6-72.
Ugh.
There's some efficiency going on in Adelaide, and it's not good.
No.
Roos versus Crows, 81 North Melbourne to 138 Crows, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've got bad team beats worst team. Crow veteran feels guilty watching his team beating on young Roos, retires. That is a reference to Rory Sloane, Crow's favourite, retiring because he's had his retina dislodged too many times or something wild.
Oh, shit.
And wants to be able to see for the rest of his life. So he's opted for not getting beaten up anymore.
Yeah, you got to respect that. Dirk Nowitzki, really famous Hall of Fame NBA player, who not only played for quite a long time, but actually did end up winning a final. So you could argue that there was some worth to the sacrifice, but he famously, not so quietly sometimes, thinks out loud about how he's in a lot of pain and maybe didn't need to play those last couple of years. So yeah, it's probably. I think it's
regret.
You go.
You go. No.
I think it's certainly easier said than done from like the armchair guy to be like, blah blah blah. Like, how can these guys not retire? It's like, well, how do you retire from the only thing you've ever done your entire life?
Yeah, especially when that thing is like quite fun and you don't have to do a regular job.
Yeah,
you're just making millions of dollars. Pretty, yeah.
I'm clearly stalling from the North game.
We don't need to stall today. We've got 11 minutes left. All right.
Wait.
Geelong versus Carlton.
No. I haven't said mine yet. I did write one.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
After you.
Road train clips 20 roos in bloody massacre. Absolute banquet for hungry crows.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've done mine, so never mind. Next game, Geelong versus Carlton. Geelong 118 to Carlton 105. What a shootout, dude. This was 18 goals, 10 to 15 goals, 15 behinds.
Holy.
I've got Cats sacrifice Dangerfield to footy gods to get victory over the Blues. Because after having, he's had 2 injuries already this season. He's had another one, so poor fella. He is 75, though.
I thought he retired. Oh, man. The 2 darlings of the VFL attend the Geelong Gala. People reportedly seen leaving the party with lids firmly on.
Nice. We travel over to Perth. We got Freo 95 against the Bulldogs 71. Nat Fyfe turns back the clock to send the flag mantle to send Flagmantle into the top 8. Wow. I had like 4 words in that recap and I still fumbled the bag.
Oh man, you love to see Flagmantle. That's just. I find it fun to say. Ironically,
every time they're in the top 8 from now on, I'm just going to keep hammering it because it just feels good to make fun of it.
Who let the dogs out? Certainly not Fremantle, who are under investigation for animal cruelty.
Simple and efficient. Onto the Sunday games. Suns versus West Coast. Mine's got levels.
All right, yeah.
So hopefully this makes sense.
Oh.
But the score was 112-75.
Yep.
Eagles, whose parents said they had wings at home, have the glue melt off in the third quarter as sun begins to rise, making them plummet back down to reality.
It's so...
Yeah, I've gone for the Icarus thing.
No, yeah, that was good. But even just, yeah, it's just funny. Picturing like little, I don't know, what's the movie? Like Little Miss Sunshine or something. Just this like sort of feels good movie, but things don't work out as well. And
yeah.
Sometimes you try your best.
Sometimes you try your best by resting your best player. Sorry, not best player, but like, I don't know, top 5 players.
I guess, no, I wrote something nice. Eagles soaring. No, seriously. They did lose, but wow, what a turnaround.
How positive. What? That feels weird.
I don't know. I was genuinely shocked by the score that they're not. This was a team that less than 12 months ago couldn't kick more than 2 goals a game.
Yeah, and they kicked 3 goals, 1 in the first quarter to the Suns, 2 goals, 3 too. So, and they kicked all 3 of those goals in a row. So unusual. They were very efficient though. They kicked 12 goals, 3 the whole game. To the Suns, 17 goals, 10. So,
not bad.
Wild. And then final game of the round at the MCG was Hawthorn versus the Swans. The Buddy Franklin game. He was there, and his kids were in Hawthorn merch. So suck it, Sydney. I've got 2 for this. What did you expect?
That's so good.
And Chol does Hawks a favour by striking Errol Goulden. He is now unavailable for selection next week. Chol had a very not good first quarter, which included striking Errol Goulden, while Hardwick nailed it. Well, immediately before Hardwick nailed a 65-metre drop punt goal, and so the goal was ruled out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. What do you got?
A moment of silence. Not for the Brave Anzacs. They already got theirs.
Who for then?
The Hawks.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, everyone's gone too hard on the Hawks this year.
What do you mean?
In the media.
Oh, right. Oh,
yeah, everyone's cracking onto them a bit hard. They still pretty consistently field the youngest team week to week. And you have to also consider the injuries.
That's just Big J at its finest. Or perhaps you could even argue human nature.
Well, the only positive news I've seen about them, which is really unusual, was on a panel that included Kane Corns.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wild.
So, say your life isn't going the way you wanted it to. You're a little bit frustrated, and you go out into town. You want to pick a fight, and there's some big 6'6" jiu-jitsu guy that'd be like your, I don't know, GWS, and then there's like a very young child in the Auskick program. Yeah, I agree. It's
okay, cool.
I don't know. We're obviously a bit biased here, but it seems a little bit unwarranted. They're not. I don't know. They're not flubbing it.
No, I mean they flubbed it against Sydney, and Sydney are, I don't know, one of the best teams in the league currently.
Always, yeah.
And I mean, I picked them to be top 2, right? And they are currently So
Yeah.
whatever. They'll build into the end. All right, we've got 5 minutes left. We'll quickly recap the shoe-in. We've got Isaac, who picked the Swans. That was an easy dub. I picked the Ds, which, given how close that game was until halftime,
Yep.
a bit scary, but easy at the end of it. And then you picked Port, which,
yep.
you know, a little bit dodgy, but ease at the end of it.
Yeah, a little close.
Do we want to? Oh, fuck! We didn't ask Isaac what his shoe-in is.
I know. If we're lucky, he'll respond now.
Okay, well then you message. I'll quickly move on. Should we put in our tips then?
Yes.
We don't have time. We got 5 minutes. Oh, this will be the fastest tips of all time. Holy shit!
No time to flub it. Oh, he's seen it. How good is the efficiency?
Okay, well I tipped 8 out of 9 last week, by the way, and went up a position.
You have 4 minutes.
He has less than 4 minutes. Just to clarify, he needs to be so rapid on this. All right, first game of the week, we got the Adelaide Derby. We've got Adelaide versus Port Adelaide. I'm picking Port Adelaide there. I think it's going to be maybe an 11-point game.
Let's plug in...
Oh my God, speed it up.
20.
So you pick Port too?
Yes, Port.
All right, cool. Then we got Carlton Collingwood.
Fuck.
That's tough, but I'm going to have to go Carlton. I'm going to go Carlton real quick.
I want to take Carlton too. I just want Collingwood to lose.
Yeah, okay. And then we got second versus third. We got Sydney versus GWS.
Giants. Got to be the Giants.
With I think Toby's still out, so they don't have the Toby factor. But I'm gonna go Sydney.
Which the Swans.
I'm going Swans. Sorry, I'm not going for Greater Western Sydney bracket Canberra. I'm going for Sydney.
I want Sydney to get theirs after last week.
Oh, I don't. I'm fine with it. Whatever. And then we move on to St Kilda versus North Melbourne, which is St Kilda.
You would have to think.
Stop fucking delaying it. We've got 3 minutes left. All right, Melbourne versus Geelong. I don't like Melbourne at all. Geelong win this.
At the MCG? Man, I'm going to take Melbourne.
Yeah, good. Oh, hold on. Oh, well, whatever. We'll dig into that next week. Optus, we got West Coast versus Essendon. I hate it, but I'm going Essendon. Oh, yeah, I'm going Essendon.
Man, yeah, this one hurts.
Yeah. So you're going Essendon?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay. Fucking speed it up!
I'm going to take the Eagles.
Oh, okay. All right, sweet. Richmond versus Freo. I've got Freo.
Yeah, flag mantle all the way.
Bulldogs versus Hawks. I'm going to have to tip Bulldogs.
Yep, doggies.
And then Lions versus Suns. Q Clash. I'm going Suns.
Yeah, you got to. Everyone knows Lions at the Gabba is just guaranteed loss.
Absolute mess this year. Yeah. All right, we've got a minute 50 left. Isaac, does he have his shoe in yet?
He last said, "We'll go near my Wi-Fi." So
we'll all right, we're not looking good. So we might just do the shoe-ins on social media because we quickly got to cover the Quidditch because the brooms were ripped out of the cupboards this week.
He's
New
responding.
York Rangers. Oh, well, shut up. The New York Rangers and the Minnesota Timberwolves both got the brooms out in their respective playoff series. The Rangers sweeping the Washington Capitals and successfully not getting knocked out round one of the playoffs after winning the President's Trophy or whatnot.
Wild.
And the Timberwolves show you why just simply buying 3 superstars doesn't help you win the league. We can dig into how much the Phoenix Suns cost next week. But that's it. Oh, and very quick, Matt's mate, Olivier Giroud, has got transfer news. He's going to LAFC.
Oh, how good.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. Oh, wow. Isaac sent all his tips, but he hasn't sent the shoe in.
Okay, well, I want to be under 30 minutes because we're doing the meme, so get ready to press stop.
How long do we have?
Look at the bottom left of the recording with 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Just a preview for next week. Obviously, we're not flipping a coin. He's just shooed the Bulldogs. I can't pick a shoe in that long.
Isaac's tips are Port, Carlton, Sydney, St Kilda. That's Sydney, Swans, Geelong, Essendon, Fremantle, West Bulldogs, Gold Coast.
And then he's shooed the Dogs.
Yes.
That's not good. I'll shoe Fremantle.
I've lost my shoe screen. I've got
Oh no, we're gonna go over.
GWS.
Oh.